different start to this video. I got my hours in at work a little bit early today, Friday. Left work a little earlier than normal. I went in a little early too, but decided to get off work, go for a hike, which is what I've been doing a lot lately. Started with a goal at the beginning of the month to do 40 miles this month, because I live right across from a nice park where I can go walking. It's got a bunch of trails, but I've been doing it wearing a 40-pound weight vest. So every day that I can, I get out and I try to walk 2 miles minimum, sometimes over 5. That's all these, like, outside, up, downhill, nature trail stuff. But that's what I've been doing while I haven't been making motorcycle shop racing videos. It's just been a hell of a summer. Just nothing started out good between my best bud Bill getting sick and then me hurting motors, not getting that figured out, right away anyway. I'm hoping I got it figured out at least. And then Bill passing away fucked with me more than I truly thought it ever would. I knew it was going to be rough when that day came. Never expected it to be as soon as it was. But yeah, it's been rough. So this is kind of how I've been dealing with it. In my own little way, I go out and kind of hike where we used to take them quite a bit. And, pass the time. But with all that said, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. And last night I bothered to load the bike up. And sorry if I'm a little bit winded right now. I'm a mile in already. But the bike is loaded up in the trailer. And we're going to go test tonight. My only goal for tonight is 2, 3, maybe 4 passes if I'm lucky. And I just want data for basically engine vitals, more or less. Whew. I need to make sure the oil pressure stays consistent, pass to pass. We'll do some 2-step tests. I'm gonna try to leave real low, like 6 pounds. I'll try to get all my settings dialed in for that. And then, yeah, the clutch is set pretty close to my normal neutral kind of setting. We're not looking to get real aggressive with that either right now. It's been so long since I had the bike out, I just got to remember to turn on the data log and check my tire temp before I launch, make sure everything's cool there. Oh yeah, catch my breath here. Yeah, so there's weight on my back and my front. Goal next month is to do 45 miles and 45 pounds. So this month was 40 with 40, but I'm already at 33 miles for the month. So this weekend I'll hit my 40-mile goal. But I'm gonna keep going as much as I can, because this is cheaper than a therapist right now, and my head's been pretty fucked up. So I'm gonna get to the track when I'm done hiking here. I'm gonna try to get in. I got these loops all paced out pretty good to I know how to get 2 miles relatively efficiently. I did 3 miles last night, and I averaged 3.2 miles an hour walking. So some of my hikes are pretty aggressive. I have to keep moving. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish my hike here, and then I'm gonna go home. I'll change and head to the track. It's Friday night, so I think it's just gonna be probably a lot of test and tune, streetcar type stuff. Track. I don't need a super glue track right now. Besides, what we do mostly, just no prep stuff anyway. So glued tracks are really great for getting data, and I don't mind that once in a while. But for what I'm going to do tonight with kind of low power type stuff, I should be able to get down fine. Yeah, so hopefully we can start getting back into the swing of some more videos. And I'm locked into 2 races next month, middle and towards the end. So the bike holds together tonight. Hopefully we don't gotta tear it apart and refresh it for a 5th time. Yeah, that was a motivation killer too. So yeah, finish my hike, I'll go home, change, and head to the track. Should get there probably just as sun's kind of starting to go down a little bit, and it'll be a good night, I think. So hopefully next time I'm turning the camera on here, we'll be headed to the track. Well, I'm here and unloaded, and I'm getting ready to warm the bike up, and I'll go through tech. But I picked the absolute worst day of days to be here. I should have looked ahead. There must be something going on this weekend, but it's all fucking snowmobiles and imports. I would rather eat a tack sandwich or drink paint than be here right now. I'm shooting for 2 passes right now, and I'm getting the hell out of here. I'll come back during the week or something, but this might be short and sweet because it's just annoying. It's just 100 degrees of annoying. So I'm gonna get her warmed up, go through tech, and then I'll update you at that point. We'll see what's going on. I'm already hot. Just went through tech, no problems. My bike actually is legit, I guess. I got a fan blowing on me, so if you hear a little wind noise, I'm sorry. But yeah, first time in like, let's see, 27 years coming down to this track, I've ever been asked to make or show that my tether kill works. So I'm glad I wired it so that it does. But I just rode around the pits for a little bit, put air in the arm for the boost controller and the shifter. I'm going to double check tire pressure. I topped off the fuel, and then I did 2 quick 2-step tests right outside the trailer, and doing something a little different. Lucky Nemo Nem showed me something a little bit different with setting up the 2-step, and it seems to come up on boost a little quicker, I guess, and it definitely sounds different. So I'm using the timing feature, I guess. Timing table for rev launch is what it's called. It seems confusing, but once he kind of showed me what, I wasn't using it before, it was just a feature I never bothered to explore. So once he showed me kind of what it does, I like it. It's actually like, it seems like it's a lot smoother of a 2-step now. I'm not getting like, you know, the bangs and the fire out of the pipe. It just comes up quick, gets on boost, and it's smooth. So I'm targeting 6 pounds at the hit, and it just made that, you know, roughly at a glance. So we're going to look at the data logs for those quick, and I'll show you what that looks like. And then I'm down here solo tonight because I don't think anybody else planned on coming with all this crap that's down here right now. So I don't know if I'll get any pass video, but I can just kind of give you guys a rehash after each pass best I can. The perils of kind of doing the motorcycle thing, because, you know, car guy's got 100 people with him. You know, whatever, no biggie. We'll get through it, and yeah, I'll update you guys with the data logs now from the 2-step. So I'm gonna give a shout out to my new favorite tool, the little Bauer handheld air compressor. So normally I've been using CO2 bottles with a regulator on it, and then I got this coil cord with an air chuck on it. This is what I would use to fill my swing arm. I'd do my tire, whatever. And I'd keep spare bottles up here. Well, it's been getting harder and harder because nobody paintballs anymore. It's harder and harder to get this stuff filled. And I decided I just don't want to do the bottles anymore. So I went and bought that for 20 bucks. It goes up to 160 PSI. I run 140-ish in my arm. It fills the arm up in like 30 to 40 seconds, somewhere in there. So for 20 bucks, I can't beat it. Everything in my garage is cheap Harbor Freight Bauer stuff anyways. I've had 0 bad luck with this stuff. But yeah, that's my new favorite deal. And for 20 bucks, I might get another one in case this fails, because you never know. I'll get another one and keep it down on the shelf just in case. I mean, I could move the trailer, but I like not being that far from the short staging lanes. So yeah, I create my own hell, I swear to God. But anyway, data log's up and it looks okay, so I'll show you quick. So I won't go into like super in-depth analysis, but it's got a bunch of timing in. This is RPM, the green line. It's got a bunch of timing in. RPMs come up, it rips timing out, and it starts to, sorry, I had to itch my face. This is TPS here. This is boost right here, and you can see it, motor revs up nice and quick, it pulls timing, RPMs drop a little bit, and then it builds RPM and boost, and right there it hits my target RPM and my target boost at, from 4 seconds I'm at full throttle, and then right at about 5 point, oh I'm sorry, So it was readjust. So 4 seconds. I'm not going to bother re-zeroing this right now. I'm doing this all one-handed. So from 4 seconds out to just over 5 seconds right there. So about 5.25 seconds. So from 4 to 5, so a second. We'll call it a second and a half. It's up on boost where I want it. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then you can see I dumped throttle there, and then everything gets wacky for a second. But altogether, both my two-step tests look the same. I could probably clean up a little bit, get rid of a little bit of that RPM dip, but I like how it's controlling it once it gets up on boost, and the RPM and boost are like nice and steady. So I'm gonna go make a rip. So first pass, it knocked the tire off pretty aggressively, but then after that, the pass seemed pretty good. Oil pressure looked okay. Got to the end of the run. I got to the end of the run, oil temp was up, creeping up on 180 degrees, so it get pretty thin. Still had like 25 pounds of pressure. Got back on the return road, let the bike cool down. Got the oil cooled down to about 140 degrees right now. And I started up at idle, I still got 40 pounds of pressure. So that's a good sign, that's what I wanted to see. Crankcase pressure on that pass was a little higher than I'd like to see. Not sure why, definitely better than it was in the last problem we've had. But it's I guess an acceptable range. I'd like to see a little less. And then other than that, it made a little more boost at the hit than I wanted to. I made one little change before I went up, and I didn't double check the two-step, and I should have. So I was shooting for 6 pounds. The two-step test, it made like 5.7. I was shooting for 6. I made a little change. It ended up making almost 8. And then the tire was about 1.5 pounds, almost 2 pounds high. So just typical getting back after it, fucking fuck ups on my part. But the motor's not making any noise. It has oil pressure, and I'm gonna cool it down a little more. I made a change. I dropped the tire back down. I'm not gonna monkey with the shock because I know this shock works really good on not great tracks, and all this snowmobile's going down right now, and they're not really doing anything to the track. So we're okay there. I'll figure that out. I think with the 8,000 RPM leave at 8 pounds of boost, that's closer to, like, for me anyways, that's closer to like good track prep leave. So we're gonna just try to take some boost out of it, and then I dropped the boost ramp down a little bit at the initial hit. So it was just too aggressive, too much right out of the hole, and try to correct it. Yeah, so sorry I don't have any video, but it's a disaster down here tonight. Try one, maybe 2 more passes, and well, 1 more. If everything's good, maybe I'll get 1 more after that. Well, 3 would be good, but for now I just want to get a pass where it doesn't knock the tire off and still get down the track. It's still, like I said, it destroyed the tire. I got out of it and I just rolled back into it. Still at 890 to 171. So let's see, I don't think I'm lying. It's upside down. My bad. So, shit pass. Focus. I'm gonna get this so you guys can see it. There. Not great. Anywho, that's what you get for testing. They can't all be winners, right? So I'm gonna cool it down, get something to drink, and then we'll go do it again. So I got the bike ready to go for a second pass. Got up in the staging lanes. There's like 20 rotary cars in staging. Short staging guys like this is gonna take like an hour to run these guys. And the snowmobile guys are getting pissed. So apparently this is supposed to be a snowmobile club night. The rotary guys taking over because they got a thing going on tomorrow. So I'm just like stuck in the middle. I'm the only bike down here, and I'm just sitting in the trailer now because I can't run now until after they run all the rotaries, and then they got to run like their second or third round of the snowmobile shootout thing that's going on. So once the snowmobiles go up, then I can kind of go get in line, and then I'll run after they run. I knew when I got here that there were running some programs and stuff, and I was going to kind of be just like a fit in between classes. Like, you can't expect to make 20 passes on the net like this. But I'm just tired of listening to it between rotaries and snowmobiles. I'm over it. I want to kind of end this video how this video started at the beginning. I just want to go hiking right now, get out of this mess. But yeah, well, I made changes. God damn. I made changes to the bike that I think I'll make it, go down the track. I took a little boost off the hit. I just did a 2-step test now before I went up, smart thinking this time. Did make 6 pounds right on the number in the pits here. I brought the RPM down to 7,800. What else? And we got the tire situated and a calm it down boost ramp. I probably said all that, but hard to remember what I filmed already. This is hard business doing these videos. But yeah, so obviously I'm just on hold. I might go get a burger or sip a little Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Just want to get it done and confirm that the bike's okay, make a clean pass, and then maybe if I get back early enough tonight, I'll dump the oil pan on it and see if there's anything in the pan. Everything, I mean, it sounds good. Like I feel good about it right now. I did find one little oil leak. It's just the little half moons that are in the end of the valve cover gasket. It's just weeping out of one of them, so I'll add a little bit of sealer to those. I think the factory even puts sealer on them. I'll add a little sealer to that and reseal the valve cover. Other than that, the motor's going dry. It's good. I'm just gonna chill out because the snowmobiles are probably gonna. No, that was just one guy running. But anyway, we're just babbling because I got nothing else to do. So hold tight. We'll make another pass here shortly. So I got the second pass out of the way. It wasn't great at all. Knocked the tire off again. There's nothing up there for rubber. I don't know what's going on with the prep or something tonight. If it's humid, the dew's setting in or what. But even like in the burnout area, my bike's trying to push the front tire because there's no rubber up there. But went up there, and knocked the tire off, and then down track, it was straight up. It was nosing over in the top of each gear, and I got out of it. Something wasn't right. I honestly thought the motor was starting to lock up, but it had oil pressure. It went back to idle, and everything was good. Data log was giving me some funny stuff. So this is the previous pass after it spun the tire, but I rolled back into it. So there's like, my RPM. We can open this up a little bit here. Yeah, they're back at it. Hold on. So this is where trying to get the best angle here. This is bright in here. So yeah, this is where it spun the tire. That's my TPS is all over right there, but the TPS flattens out. This is my first pass, by the way. Boost, running along, RPM, all looks good. And I'm looking at my O2. Yeah, it's following along pretty good. I didn't notice this at the end here. I was still at wide open throttle. It was still at boost. The RPMs dipped or just kind of fell off. It went flat. My O2 shows that it went lean and it just started chasing and it was correcting. Let's get over to that spot. By the time I lifted, right before I lifted, it was correcting 55%. And then, obviously I got out of the throttle and it was still even off from the target there. Something goofy is going on. And I ran into this last year as well. At some point, I cleaned the injectors, went through everything, thought I had it figured out. Well, now here I make, 75% of a full pass, and the problem is back. We'll go look at my duty cycle for the injectors. Here, duty cycle right there. So at where I lifted here, follow that line straight down. I lifted. That's not even full correction or full fuck up, we'll say, but it was already at primary duty cycle 108%. Something's going on. So I didn't catch that. Again, I haven't been doing this in a while now, and my whole operation is a mess right now. My leathers are I haven't used them so much this year that they're starting to dry out, so I'm going to have to condition my leathers. My boots are to the point where the toe is worn through to where the insert on the inside is the only thing keeping rocks out. Now I need injectors or something. This is just, I'm a mess. I'm just a straight up disaster this year. I create my own fuckery. But I'm gonna go show you the data log now from the second pass. Oops, cancel that. So this is the second pass. It was just a mess. Knocked the tire off here. I finally got to full throttle, and then I was getting in and out of the throttle here because the thing it wouldn't rev. Well, all this through here is where the O2 is following, correction, following, and then going lean, I'd shift. What the hell's going on? It wouldn't rev. Going lean, I shifted. I didn't know what was going on. So it wouldn't rev past about 10,000 RPM or so. And it was getting to the point of where, let's see, at the top of this gear here, before I shifted, it was correcting 74% there. And what's the duty cycle at? Duty cycle was still 93%. Like, I think I got a bum set of injectors going on. Either these things have finally, seen their last days, or from sitting all winter and finally getting full passes on this thing is some shit run through them. I don't know. But I think I'm going to wrap it up for the night. I'm not going to chase this problem again. I went through this once before. It really just tells me I need more injector on this thing. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to finish packing my stuff up here. So I got everything loaded up, getting ready to head out. Altogether, I'm not disappointed about tonight because one, the motor still shows promise that it's healthy. It starts, runs, idles, revs, does everything fine. I just got a full throttle under boost injector flow issue going on. So I'm glad I found it now instead of, like the rest of this season's been going for me, where I find problems like at the event. So I am going to regroup. I'm going to go through the oil pan. I'm going to try to get a set of injectors coming. I'm going to go back with Injector Dynamics. These are some from 5.0 Motorsports. I don't know the foundation of them. I don't know what they're based off, but I'll go a little bit bigger. These are 2200 cc. I'll probably go to like a 24 or 26, something like that. But I really like Injector Dynamics stuff. That's what I had when it was a gas motor. So I'll go with a set of those. And then we'll get back testing. I just don't have enough seat time and data this year to figure the track out tonight in 2 passes. It's just not a great night. I'm trying to learn too much at one time, and my setup is just, that sounds great. My setup is just kind of out in left field right now until I get some stuff dialed in. The motor, it makes boost on the 2-step and everything good. Like, everything's like, I'm happy. Like I said, it feels good to be back on the bike. It's just a shame this year's coming to an end, but I can't get this year over with fast enough, I guess. So I'm gonna try to make the most of what's left, and yeah, I'm gonna try to, even though 2 races next month, if everything goes well and the motor's still together, I'm gonna still try to test and learn some stuff. This is the spare parts motor, basically. So we'll see what we can get out of it. I don't want to purposely blow something up, but we'll lean on it a little bit and see if I can do something. But for now, I think I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to go home, probably not even unload the trailer tonight. I'll do that in the morning. I'm hungry and tired and hot. So I know this video is going to suck for actual race footage, but that'll come in time when we get more nights when we're down at the track with more people that can give me a hand. This was just a total on a whim. I just need to get down here and get data and make sure the health of the motor is good before we try to do any more racing. So I got it back unloaded on the lift. It's not super late yet, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the diaper off and dump the oil, look in the pan, and then I'm going to probably pull the plugs and injectors out of this thing and just get the stuff on the bench. And then tomorrow I'm actually going to do some riding around on that bike. That's going to be a nice Saturday. That's what I want to do. And yeah, it'll just be a head start on kind of getting things figured out where we're going to go. I'm not going to buy injectors if there's crap in the oil. Just putting that out there right now. So for now, let's get the diaper off this thing and see what the oil looks like. I found the last bolt to get the pan off. Those 2. I dumped the oil out of it and got it in the drain pan, and I didn't see anything suspicious, so I'm hoping that we don't see anything in the pan here either. And right now, I like what I see. Get some rags set up here. So if you can see that, there's nothing, there's no gold glitter debris sitting on the baffle windage tray plate thing. So I'll pull that apart now and we'll look a little deeper and then we'll get the pickup out of there. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with what I see here. I'm going to try to get the camera over here a little closer because I don't want to tip it because there's oil in here and I don't want to, make a mess. So let me wipe my hands off and then I'll get you in a little closer here. So I managed to pull the pickup out already, clean it, put it back in. It's under there. There was only one little piece of case sealer in it. There's no debris in the oil pan and the windage tray. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I made these 2 passes tonight with like full send in mind. I'm like, if this thing's gonna lose oil pressure or something's going south, so be it. We're gonna give it. It's a sink or swim situation. And to find nothing in the pan, nothing in the filter, go and clean the filter. Nothing in the pickup. We're ready to put this back together and put oil in it. I'll get the injectors out tomorrow, but for now, I got a good head start on being able to sleep good tonight because I was concerned about whether or not I was going to find stuff in the oil, and we don't. And this is a Mutt set of cases. That's a 0102 top half and 0304 mid and bottom, and then the crank is an 0102. So it's just, best of what I had left, and it's working. So I got the charge tube off, I got the coils off. I'm going to pull plugs and injectors, but for now, I think I'm going to wrap this up.